The only thing keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you don't have it. The only thing keeping you from getting what you really want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you don't have it yet. Here's what I say. Divorce your story and marry the truth. Divorce your story and marry the truth. And don't make it one of those divorces where you revisit with your old past belief system again. Divorce it, cut it off.
I need you to dream. I need you to spend a considerable amount of time dreaming every single day. Let me tell you why. I've noticed that the people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream. So if you were here and you're like, I'm scared, do not sabotage yourself with fear. Fear is not real. How do we get over it? You get over it by dreaming of what you can be. There are those of you in this room, you spend a majority of your life doing what other people want you to do. You don't even know who you are. And so even what you're doing, you're not doing at 120% because you're doing what somebody else wants you to do, and you're not good enough to be somebody else. And for some of you, you stop dreaming. You dream for a week and you stop because things around you don't look good. You dream for a month, then when you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You dream for a while, and when people tell you crazy, and when people tell you stupid, and when people tell you can never get done, you stop dreaming. And I dare you to use your imagination. I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it.
The thumbs up there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Learn with Pat. It is Saturday morning, 9 a.m. I am your host, Pat Taylor, and we are ready to get going today. I hope you enjoyed that. What about that dream? Do you have a dream today? Are you seeking to do something you've never done before? We're going to talk today. And what we're going to talk about has nothing to do with computers or marketing per se. We're going to talk about your most precious tool, your most useful tool in your arsenal today. You want to guess what that is? Tell me what your most useful, best tool in your arsenal. Chat me right now. What is that tool? What is it? And Yes, it's you. But specifically from you, it is a specific part of you, and it is your brain. We're going to talk about your brain today. It is your most valuable asset, and most people absolutely underutilize their brain, right? Your brain is a magnificent tool. It's a magnificent product. It is a great creation. And something about your brain, it's going to do exactly what you tell it to do. It is a master at taking instructions from you. And most people, I'm going to tell you, most people don't task their brain very hard. Most people, if you tell your brain to go get an $8 an hour job, that's what your brain's going to figure out to do. It's going to solve the problem that you present to it. Tell your brain to go get an $8 an hour job, it's going to go look for an $8 an hour job. You tell your brain that you want a job in a big corporation where you have security and you have health insurance and whatever, and it'll start figuring those things out. I'm assuming that you're on this call today with Learn with Pat because you want to be an entrepreneur. I'm guessing that you're on this call today because you want something a little bit different than the masses of people. And so we're going to talk about tasking your brain to solve a different problem. What if today you said to your brain, I want to figure out a way to make $1,000 a week at my side business. What if you said to your brain today, I want to make $10,000 a month. That's where I would be comfortable. That's where I would have some excess income that would allow me to do some of the things that I want to do. Let me ask you something else. Do you believe in your heart that you can bring $10,000 of value to people every month? Do you believe it? Do you believe it yourself? How about 20,000? How about 50,000? How about $100,000 a month? Can you bring $100,000 of value to people every month? What's your limit in your head? What are you telling yourself? Are you saying, no, I can't see how I'm worth $20,000 a month to anybody? If you're telling yourself you're not worth $20,000 a month to people, then that's what your brain is going to accept. That's what your brain is going to solve the problem. So what's your limit? What your belief is going to drive what you do in business. If you don't believe that you're worth $10,000 a month, your brain is not going to solve problems to bring you a $10,000 per month income, right? I want you today to start thinking about, first of all, you don't have to know everything about everything in the world. You don't have to be the expert above all experts. You don't have to be Albert Einstein. There's a lot, and I'm going to prove that to you today. Let's look at any actor, any athlete. They might be great at catching a ball, but have them open their mouth on any other subject on planet Earth: politics, health, wellness, current events, right? The second I hear an actor start opening his mouth talking about current events and political policies and whatever, I realize one thing: they're no smarter than I am. Right? They are people making, and what do these people make? They might make millions of dollars for one movie or a season of playing a sport. But when it really comes down to it, they're not smarter than you. What makes them worth millions and millions and millions of dollars every year. Some of them hundreds of millions of dollars. Tom Brady, quarterback from the New England Patriots, my home team where I grew up. And I'm still a Patriots fan, even though I'm here in Florida. Go Patriots. All right, everybody's rolling their eyes. Stop rolling your eyes. But Tom Brady just signed a deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. $50 million contract. That's a pretty good deal, right? Anybody here take a $50 million contract to throw a football? Not a bad deal. He's talented at throwing a football. I'm still a Patriots fan, by the way. Tom Brady, you blew it. You should have just retired and gone off into the sunset, my opinion, while you still got your health. But all that being said, is that guy worth $50 million? In his head, he is, right? He negotiated a contract with Tampa Bay for $50 million. And so did Gronkowski. Maybe he didn't get $50 million, but his receivers. So he got the passer, the quarterback, and a receiver. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll see what they do this year, right? But they're not smarter people. If you engage them in conversation on current events, politics, religion, whatever, you're going to find out that they're just average, regular people with average, regular intelligence on other subjects, right? But when it comes to catching a football or throwing a football, they're the people. I'm telling you, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be great at everything you don't have to be an Albert Einstein. What do you have to be? A little bit better than somebody else at a thing that they want to learn, they want to do. You don't even necessarily have to be better at them. I'm going to tell you, my friend Daniel Lantis is here today, and he runs a travel business. He's waving at you right now. He runs a travel business, and one of the people that he serves in his business is a knitting group, knitting lady, right? They go on a cruise once or twice or 3 times a year, however many times they do it. The knitter lady doesn't have to be the best knitter in the world. But you know what? She makes money by bringing knitters together from all the ends of the United States. They come, they go on a cruise, they share knitting ideas, they share patterns, they have, they just hang out together. They have a common interest in knitting. They talk about knitting. They talk about their grandkids. I don't know what they talk about, whatever they talk about. The knitters, they get together, and the lady that hosts it, she gets a free cruise out of the deal, right? And she makes some money. That's her life. She started out as just a fun thing to do, and now it's her living, right? She doesn't even have to know more than everybody else. She just has a creative way to bring people together in one space and takes their knitting passion and makes an event out of it. I'm telling you, folks, you don't have to be the best even at what you do. But you have to believe there is a way. You have to believe that you can bring value to people, and you have to ask your brain the right question. Ask your brain, how can I earn $10,000 a month? If that's your goal. If your goal is $100,000 a month, how can I earn $100,000 a month? If you think that number is way too big and off the charts and off the table and you can't do it and there's no way, impossible, well, you just got your answer right there. It's impossible. What did Henry Ford say about challenges? If you think you can, you're right. And if you think you can't, you're right. Either way, if you believe you can do it, you're right. If you believe you can't do it, you're right. Because it all starts right here in your brain. Right? It's all in your brain. What's Danny tell me? I tell my brain, no limits. Okay. Detroit fan. Hey, you're in our prayers. Okay. Every dog has his day. Let me just say that. New England never won a game when I was growing up. But, for years and years, they were like the redheaded stepchild. But you know what? Somebody believed in them. You know what? When they got a coach, we're going to go back to the football analogy. When New England got a coach that believed that they could go to the Super Bowl, they went to the Super Bowl. And that coach got snatched by the Dallas Cowboys the next season, right? But anyway, I want to impress on you today. Start putting your brain to work. Start making it earn its keep. Don't let your brain tell you, no, there's no way, impossible, can't do it. You tell your brain, figure this out. How am I going to do this? How am I going to earn? And I say earn, not make, right? The only people who make money, according to Earl Nightingale, are the people that work in the mint. People that make money work in the mint. You don't make money, you earn it, right? We earn it because we bring value to the table. We bring value to others. And they will part with their hard-earned money because they believe that what we are going to give them is worth more than the money that they are going to expend for that. Now you are here at the exact the exact right time. You're here at the exact right time in history to multiply your efforts. Internet marketing. The internet has made it possible to duplicate your efforts over and over and over again. You get a system, you get one good idea. You can teach a subject better than anybody can teach it, right? Whether it's a knitting pattern, whether it's a something on the, a tool on the internet. I see people, when you need to do something these days, right? I needed to change a headlight in my car one day, and it was just a big gaggle of stuff. It was like, how am I going to get this headlight up? What did I do? What do you do? Went to YouTube, right? Went to YouTube, and there was a guy that showed me, okay, take this bolt out. Had my exact car, my exact year. Take this screw out, take this bolt out, do this, do this. Basically, I took the front end of my car off to change my light bulb, right? But I would have never figured that out on my own. But here it is. The information was there. It was some guy that knew more than me. He didn't maybe know everything about car. He wasn't an engineer, but I was here and he was here and he knew how to do this and he had more knowledge than I did and he helped me achieve my goal, right? That's what you're doing on the internet. Now, he helped me, but he was able to record that message and he was able to help millions of people with that same problem, right? But he didn't have to be there going house to house. He wasn't taking phone calls. Hey, Joe, how do you change the headlight in the car? Oh, okay, let me tell you how to do it. No, he did it one time, like, so it basically, theoretically took the phone call one time, but he recorded the steps, step by step by step by step, made it available. When I saw the video, he was off doing something else, right? He wasn't sitting there waiting for my phone call. He was out on some beach in the Bahamas with his laptop creating some other video. I don't know. First, you have to overcome the idea of the value that you bring to the table. We are all our own worst enemies when it comes to that valuation. When it comes to what can I bring to the table, it's a proverb in the land: self-doubt. I can't do this. I'm not good enough to do this. Stop telling yourself you can't speak. Stop telling yourself you're not technically adept enough to do something. Stop telling yourself that nobody would be interested in what you have to say. There are over 7 billion people in the world. Somebody's interested in something in some bit of knowledge that you have. You don't have to know everything. I'm telling you here today, know Figure out what it is. What do you want to communicate to people? What is the gift that you bring to the table? What is it that you want to pass on? What is your legacy going to be? Figure whatever it is. Communicate it to people and bring value to the table. But I just want to encourage you today. To say, let your brain go. Let your brain imagine. Give yourself permission to imagine what it's like to earn $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month. How would that change your life? And if you say you could never do it, I'm telling you today, change your mindset, because you can do it. You can do it with a good idea and a system. I hope that's encouraging to you today, because you can do it. Average people, the internet has given common people the ability to create an uncommon income. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. You have to learn a new skill set. So anytime you learn something new in life, there's pain involved. I'm in the process of learning something now, a marketing thing, in which I'm going to be bringing to you eventually is going to be something for you. I'm in the process of learning it myself. I'm in the process of systemizing it myself. I'm in the process of digesting it. It's not easy. Nothing that you set out to do is necessarily easy. But you have to go into it and tell your brain, okay, how am I going to do this from point A to point B to point C to the finished product? Stick with me. We're going to learn this together. Stick with me. I'm going to help you overcome. And I really appreciate you guys today being here and learning and growing. And I just want to encourage you that you can do this. It is not for some, it's not just for some select group of people that are not any smarter than you are making tons of money and changing their lifestyles. So I want you to be thinking about how you're going to do that. Not if you can do it, but how you're going to do it. Tell your brain to start figuring out that issue. Tell your brain to start working on that problem. It's easy for your brain to figure out how to get you an $8 an hour job somewhere. No problem, right? Your brain will figure that out like that. Put your brain to work. Tell it to figure out how to get you $10,000 a month, how to get you $20,000. What do you need? What do you need to be comfortable? What do you need to get ahead of the curve? $20,000 a month? Tell your brain, hey, I need $20,000 a month. Figure it out. And you know what? Your brain is going to start working on that problem. And you're going to be amazed. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. This is not some get rich quick scheme. This is not some hocus pocus thing. But when you set your sights and you put that brain in operation, it's going to deliver exactly what you need it to deliver. So that's it. That's it for today. Learn with Pat. I hope you've got something out of this. I hope that you have been stimulated in your brain to make it start working and doing its job. Put it to use. Make it earn its keep. And we will see you on the flip side.